Hi, I'm Erik Renander from the Hedge Invest Africa Opportunities Fund. I want to give you an update on March. The fund was up 67 basis points, which is pretty good when the Africa Titans Index was down 3%. The overall South African market was down over 5%, and the MSCI World was also down 3%. So good to have positive performance when overall markets were down significantly. Some of the top contributors to performance were El Saweedi in Egypt. This has been a great stock for us. They announced 3 big contracts in Egypt, power transmission lines and a power substation for the new capital city they're building. Equity Bank in Kenya was also up about 22% in the month. They had decent full-year results, and there's been some positive political noise in Kenya as the opposition leader is willing to sit down with Kenyatta and work on their differences and disputes after the 2017 election. So it's good to see those two sorting things out peacefully. But the biggest contributor to performance in the month was our short book, short positions in South Africa mostly, and they contributed a lot to the performance this month and have been positive contributors year to date. So it's good to see both the performance year to date coming from both the long and the short side. Also during the month, we attended the Zimbabwe Investment Conference in London. This was a 2-day investment conference to promote foreign investment in Zimbabwe. This is the first conference like this we've ever seen out of Zimbabwe. They're really trying to change their attitude towards foreign investors, coming to London, bringing the senior ministers to attract outside investors. And some of the top takeaways were a cancellation of the indigenization law. This was a law that all businesses in Zimbabwe have to be majority owned by local Black Zimbabweans. It's a big hindrance to outside investors. They've canceled this law for all industries except for mining. There was a minister promoting new special economic zones that they're setting up with tax breaks to incentivize businesses to come and set up in Zimbabwe. And the minister appealed to everybody in the crowd to send any suggestions to him. He said, "We're open. Let us know what it would take to make this attractive for you, and we'll put it in the bill." So that was really surprising to hear that. Basically, just tell us what you want. I thought it was a great presentation by the tourism minister about the opportunities for tourism in Zimbabwe and the lack of hotels, real opportunity for building out hotel rooms in Zim. And also they're going to address some of the infrastructure problems such as the railway, which would be a real upside, I think, to fix national Zimbabwe railways. But still no policy change on the currency. They're mandating still the official one-to-one parity with the US dollar, which makes it difficult for our fund to come into Zimbabwe because there should be about a 30% devaluation. So for now, maybe there's not much to do, but overall, it was really positive to see the change in attitude towards outside investment and to encourage investors, which is a big difference in how things were under President Mugabe in Zimbabwe. Finally, markets have been quite a bit more volatile this year, a lot of macro concerns, but the strategy of the fund continues to be to focus on high visibility returns from interest income and dividends, and also stock-specific ideas that we think can do well regardless of market conditions. And that so far is working, and we hope it will for the rest of the year. Thank you.